we've just been able to get an interview with Roxas. Now, he is the Secretary for the Interior and Local Government, an absolute key figure in the recovery and the immediate aftermath of restoring law and order, and also getting food and water out to the thousands who all of them so desperately needed it. Mr. Secretary, thanks very much for joining us. I have been walking around this town for the past 4 or 5 days. You and I both.
That's right. We were here. We were here for the storm itself.
I am hearing growing anger on the streets about the government response. People feel they've been left. They have not been supported by the government.
Well, through your network, I can assure our people and the whole world that the entire force of the government of President Pinoy is looking after our people here. It's you know, if we had set aside gallons or pails of water, it just turns out that the need is that of a swimming pool. So what was a garden hose is now a fire truck's hose, and we're doubling this every day, and this should now accelerate as days goes by.
So obviously you couldn't handle the initial response, but even today, we are now in our 6th day, right. We are at the airport, we're at the staging post for relief supplies.
That's correct.
I get asked for water. My crew gets asked for water every day,
right.
Several times a day. If you can't supply water here,
there is no water supply. I mean, there is no municipal.
Wasn't that your?
No. There is no municipal water supply. All the water that is available are in bottles that are brought in. This is brought to the warehouse of the Social Welfare Department, from which it now goes to all the communities in the interior. This, what you see here, is multiplied 1,000 times by all the other localities inside.
Is the situation under control?
Yes, I would say that it is.
So you are saying that the relief efforts are now working as effectively, as efficiently as they could be?
You know, Andrew, nothing is fast enough in a situation like this. The point is, everything that we have, if this was a gun, all bullets are being deployed. If this was a fire hose, all hoses are being deployed. And slowly, as we are clearing the streets, we are able to reach the people in the interior. Imagine a situation where from zero, no power, light, water, communication, nothing, you have to build the social infrastructure as well as the physical infrastructure for 275,000
But it's the immediate response, surely. You knew the storm was coming. We all knew the storm was coming.
That's right.
We knew it was going to be perhaps one of the most intense storms we've ever seen.
Yes.
The President said on the day before the storm arrived that Manila stood by, ready to support everyone. From my view, I would say that did not happen quickly enough.
Well, as I said, nothing is fast enough in a situation like this. In our doctrine or in our framework, the local government unit is the first responder. The national government is supposed to come in on day 2 and day 3 to be able to support that. What happened is that the local government unit, not just here in Tacloban, but the entire, many of the communities in Leyte, basically was literally swept away. So there was no...
Which puts more emphasis on the central authorities to provide immediate assistance.
That's right, and that's why on day 1, on 0 plus day 1, we were able to reopen the airport. On 0 plus day 2, we opened the road to the airport. And now here we are, day 6, all the municipalities are now accessible by land.
I travel into the city every day.
Right, yeah.
I have been. And every day I have been passing the same bodies on the street.
Maybe,
what I want to know is that you are trying to reassure the people.
Right.
The people are living wherever they can. They are still living next to decomposing
Let me just
corpses.
correct that. They're not the same bodies. Because every day we pick up the bodies. I myself led a cadaver recovery team yesterday and the day before.
With respect, I see the same ones.
Well, they may look like they're the same because they're in the same looking body bags. The point is, what's happening is as we pick up along the main road, all of the bodies in the interior are then brought out. So then the next team, there's 2 rounds every day, the next team then goes and picks it up. Last night, after I left here, the airport, around 11 or midnight, as I was going out, there was another batch of bodies which are now being picked up again by the same cadaver recovery team.
When will the streets be clear? When will the stench of death actually stop being apparent in the city next to the major staging post? There are still, what I can say, about 20 or 30 bodies just nearby.
Well, you know, Andrew, let me give you our situation. Right now, we have 20 trucks operating. 20, the totality of 20. We split that in half. One half of that is in food delivery, one half of that is in clearing the streets, and a quarter, meaning one half of that one half, is in cadaver recovery. That's what we have. By tonight, another 10 trucks are supposed to arrive, and then after that, that which was organized by the private sector is also going to come and help us. So every asset, moving asset, physical asset that is being brought here, gensets, etc., are being deployed as fast as we can to where it's needed, and that's all that we can do.
What is the death toll now, and what do you expect it to be, having been a part of this devastation?
It's going to be horrific, Andrew. The actual number that's reported by the Office of Civil Defense as of last night is 1,688. But I think that's understated, because there are still many towns that have not sent in complete reports, and out of the 40 towns of Leyte, for example, only 20 have been contacted. So there's another 20 towns with no communication. Now that the roads are open...
How many people are we talking about there? 20 towns. So roughly how many? Hundreds of thousands of people?
The entire Leyte, the population of the entire Leyte province is about 1.5 million. About 300,000 to 400,000 of that is in Tacloban, the big city, including Palo. The rest of it is spread out on the other areas.
Okay, so horrific.
It's going to be a high death toll. I don't want to go into just throwing out numbers. It's going to be high, but what I can do, and I want to take this opportunity and ask help from the rest of the world. We appreciate all the help that has come in, but what we need right now are medicines for community-borne diseases like leptospirosis, anti-typhoid medicine, anti-tetanus medicine, and that sort of thing. We don't need so much doctors, although we appreciate all the doctors and nurses that have come here, but we have the medical personnel. It's the supplies, the bandages, the trauma kits, hygiene kits, tents, all of the homes. You can see all for kilometers down the coast, every home for 1.5 kilometers deep from the coast have just been swept away. So we're going to need tents, we're going to need gensets to be able to power up the government offices, the hospitals, the water pumping stations. That's the kind of stuff that we need.
Are you saying the international community has not responded as generously as it needs to?
No, I mean, we're very, very grateful for all the help that has come in. There's even countries that normally don't respond that we don't see, like Canada or Israel, and the others are here, and we appreciate that very much. All I'm trying to do is, if you're going to send help, I'm trying to match the help that's coming in with what I see on the ground is the need.
Let me tell you a story I heard yesterday from the mayor of this city. He said that we ordered and asked for 700 body bags from the central authorities in Manila. They were evidently dispatched from Manila. They never turned up here. No one knows where they are. My question to you is there an effective chain of command here? Is there a coordination? Do you think that you have the right structure in place to deal with this? Because, again, from what I'm sitting, it seems to be uncoordinated. It doesn't seem to be working nearly efficiently enough.
Well, as I said, every effort, there's nothing as big or nothing as fast in a situation like this. It's chaotic. There's no baggage tags. All the supplies just come in unmarked boxes. So yes, it's very easy for I don't even know about that, but it's very easy for 700 body bags to get lost. Nonetheless, as of yesterday, I know that the Army and the local city already has 500 body bags that they're deploying. So those body bags are going to be found, and we're going to need more. And there's more that's coming in from the central office. Do
you think martial law should be declared here? I know a curfew is now in place.
Yeah, well, even the curfew, the curfew is de facto, not de jure, because the city council cannot get a quorum because they themselves are victims.
But surely you need to override bureaucracy and red tape in this situation.
Which is why it is de facto, meaning it's in place even if there's no technical paper legalizing it. It is de facto, the PNP is enforcing it. We have brought in 1,000 additional PNP from outside of Tacloban and Leyte to be able to augment the forces here. I'll give you an example, Andrew. Tacloban Police Station has manpower of 293. On day +1, that is Saturday,
24 hours afterwards,
Saturday, only 20 showed up. They're swept away. They're victims themselves. Their houses are swept away. They're looking for their loved ones. We don't know. Today, as of last night, the count is 50. So that's why people from the outside have to be brought in.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Secretary, thank you so much for joining us.